Hey OJ here. It's coffee time, but it's always coffee time, right? Well, today we're going to do something a little different than I usually do. We're not walking, cooking, or anything. We're going to do whatever. We're going to strip and wax the floor here. So we use a Buckeye's product here. We use the rip saw to strip down the floor to the bare wax, or to the bare tile. And then we use a first down to seal the floor, and then we use the wax. Now this wax I found is amazing. Well, everything is amazing. It was a great product. By the way, this isn't a sponsored video. This is I'm doing on my own, and we're going to show you a few tips and tricks that I've learned along the way, and let's get at this and we'll show you what I do. So let's start off with the stripper. Now the stripper is called rip saw, and you mix it 4 to 1. So 1 part of this and 4 parts water. Cold water, not hot water, as hot water will react to the chemical. Just to save you a little time, I've already mixed it up. And we'll apply this to the floor. When I apply it to the floor, I wait 10 minutes, thereabouts, and let it activate and start working into the wax that's on the floor. So when I take my swing arm, which is this, and start pulling it up. I'll kind of give you a look at what the floor looks like before I put the stripper on it. And then once I've put the stripper on it, we'll show you what that looks like. And also once I've cleaned it, and we'll show you that part. Don't be shy with this stuff. Make sure you put a good coat on here. Also, never try to do too big of an area, more than you can handle. You will find out quick enough. No, I shouldn't have done that. Also, when you're doing this, make sure you watch your step, because this stuff is like grease lightning. Go daydream. Have it all laid down here on the floor, as far as you can lay stripper on the floor. So now we're going to wait 10 minutes and let it start to cure, well, not cure, but activate, and we'll be right back, and we'll have the swing arm all set up and ready to go. So there you go, there's 10 minutes. And we'll get this show on the road. We'll show you a little bit of make you watch the whole thing. You'll get the idea. See, there's not a lot of effort to this. Well, there is an effort. You gotta hang on to this thing and not fall on the floor. But this will strip it right down. If you wanted to only kind of do a deep scrub where you're not stripping all the wax off, then instead of 4-to-1, go to 6-to-1 or 8-to-1, whatever. Just kind of play it and see. You can tell. I would start off with 8-to-1 and go from there. And if it not lifting as much off as you think it should lift off, then go to 6-to-1. But kind of a rule of thumb. And just pray the power never goes off when you're doing this, because then you can't do anything. All you can do is grab a mop and a pail and start mopping it up, because if it goes hard on you, then you're really in trouble. But I'm going to finish this, and then I'll come back to you when I've scrubbed it all. So there you have it. I did about half the room, and it lifted it right up. You'll notice as if you're taking it right down to the tile, you'll notice the color of the foam is kind of a creamy color. That's your wax coming up. And there used to be a desk there, and it cleaned that right up. And there was a desk over here, and it cleaned that up. So this is great stuff. And this is the rip saw from Buckeye. So now we're going to take our floor scrubber here, and we're going to suck all this up. And you got to make sure, I don't know if you can see very well on the baseboards there, it gets a little bit of splatter there. So once you've gone around with your we have a machine, may have a shop vac or whatever you use, and then I take my mop pail, and it's just got pure water. That's all that's in the floor scrubber is pure water. And I will go around and I will suck this all up, and then we'll give it a quick mop around there, and then we'll maybe switch to the other side. We'll maybe skip that part for you guys, and we'll show you putting the first down. So here we go. So it doesn't take very long with that machine. Now we're just going to get this splosh off the base. So if it dries on there, it looks awful. Mainly because the machine doesn't pick up absolutely everything off the sides. So I just like to be sure. So now that I've done the base, and I've also gone over it with the machine. Now we're just going to give it a quick damp mop. We'll do that twice as well. So there we go after stripping and damp mop. So this floor, and then you can see the difference into one side to the other. So we've mopped all the floor here, and we have to wait for this to dry before we do anything to it. So we will wait a little bit and we will come back to this. So now we've got the floor washed a couple times here. So floor is nice and clean. And I know we said we were going to go with first down, but for this, we just did a light scrub. And so I didn't take absolutely every bit of wax off. So you need to strip right down to your tile at least every 5 or 6 years. So we just went with a deep scrub, and it cleaned all the surfaces off. And so now we're going to put our first coat of wax on here, and then we'll let it dry. This stuff dries about 35 minutes when the temperature and humidity is just perfect. I found the best way for this stuff to dry is I have a fan that oscillates over top of it. Do not put a fan right onto the wax. It'll make ripples, and with those ripples, you're going to be real sorry when you try to finish it, because you'll end up having to strip it all over again. So just a word of wisdom there. So I usually go in this size room here. It's roughly about 25 by 30. I usually do about four tiles at a time. And because this stuff dries really quick, You don't have a lot of time in between when you finish it, and then you go take your mop back and fill it up again. So you'll find if you take too long when you're running your mop through the wax that just put on, it'll kind of drag in there, and you don't want that. So no dilly-daddling, and we're just going to get this done. And this size of room takes me about 12 minutes. So, and you don't go super fast, you don't go super slow, and don't put it on real thick. It will not dry if you put it on real thick. More is not better. So we're just doing a light coats. With this wax, 4 coats in one 24-hour period. That's all you can do, no more. They say 6 coats would be wonderful, because we're not taking this rate down. I'm finding in our building here 4 is good. Sometimes you might have to go 5, depending on how much work you had to do to that floor. So I just go around the outside edge, and then I come back over that spot again, and I don't go right tight to the wall, but when I come back over it again, I will go right tight to the wall, so I make sure I get everything. Now you don't have to put a lot of coats on the outside of the wall, only because you don't usually walk on the outside of the wall. You're usually walking about a foot away. So there's that to think about. So let's get started here, and we'll show you what it's like. So I'll just get a lot of this wax out of here, and we'll get started here. My thing up here where it's supposed to be. So you're not going real fast across, just going, and I just make sure I don't go too much further than I have to. So now I'm going tight against the grate here and going across, picking up the extra wax as I'm going. And now I have it all pulled away. And I'll do this. I go 1 swipe for every tile. I'm using an 18-inch mop, but still, I do the 1 tile at a time. This one we ended up with 5 rows. Kind of have to guess, because sometimes you might have a little bit more wax on one spot than the other. So. Don't be in a hurry. And after my wax is dry, using my second coat, I'll come back in here and I will take my shoes off, and I have wax in my sock feet. I don't know, I find it better. I usually test it. I put my foot like this. There's moisture from your sock, and usually when you put your foot down like that, and when you lift it off, then you can see where your foot was, but then the kind of like in the window. When you blow on a window, it fogs up and then it clears up. Then you know you can walk on it. So, see, I've done almost a third of the room here, and it doesn't take long at all. It's real easy. I don't know if I'm cutting my head off here or not, but anyways, I hope you like this. I'll show you a room that that is done, or I'll wait and show you this one, what it's like when it's all done. That's probably be better. So there's with my first coat of wax on a floor that I deep scrubbed, and we'll still put 3 more coats on here today. It'll look like a mirror finish. And there you go, that's 4 coats of this wax. It looks amazing. What a transformation. Well, there you have it. Thanks for watching, and I hope you guys enjoyed this video on Buckeye products that we use in our building. And don't forget to like, share, subscribe, and leave me a comment, and leave me a tip if you have some tips for me. And we'll see you on the next cup.